Business Initiative has supported, encouraged, empowered women to live their best lives, make the best choices for their businesses, and that deserves some form of celebration. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It is definitely an absolute pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to this year's edition, which is our 5th edition of the Women in Business Initiative Summit, which we've tagged WIBI 5.0. Each year we gather here, it reminds us of the strength, credibility, creativity, and determination that women bring to every space they occupy. Through our financing efforts, we have provided more than $3 million in support of women-owned businesses and women-led businesses. Some of the things that we've done over the last 5 years has been to support women to help them better understand their financials. We actually sat with a number of women to understand what their specific needs were. And when we realized that, we found out that it wasn't so much for us to just give them money. It was important for us to show them how to understand their finances. The second thing we did was provide them with training support to ensure that they are adequately trained to be able to scale up those businesses and not be afraid to take their businesses to the next level. We've also arranged for specific mentoring programs for them, where we have matched them with industry parallels, industry experts, industry lookalikes that would actually share their own personal experiences with them. And we found that collectively, all of these have been quite impactful. This year, we have chosen to spotlight the creative industry. And I know all of us know the impact of our creatives in our economy, not only in Nigeria, but worldwide. One of Nigeria's most dynamic and globally acceptable and recognized sectors. From film to music to fashion. What do we say about Nigerian fashion? Amazing, amazing, amazing. At FSDH, we believe that this sector holds tremendous potentials, and empowering women within that space is both for us strategic and very, very important and necessary. Thank you for being here. I truly, truly appreciate you all. Each of you are women in motion, and we are here to celebrate your journey. I truly look forward to celebrating many more events with you. Thank you for joining us today. God bless. I'd like to invite to the stage this morning my very own Auntie Jope Jacobs, the wife of my Egbon Patakpata, Olu Jacobs, who we all adore.
My dear Dr. Bukola Smith, thank you for inviting me and the FSDH family. Thank you for inviting me. I hope you adopt me as one of your members. Because a lot of what I'm hearing about the interest rates and the grants and all that, I'm up for it. I've been asked to talk about empowerment. Unfortunately, some of the things we do as women is that we sometimes hide our struggles. Nobody needs us to wear the problem that we're going through. However, it is key for survival in whatever profession we are in to have that community. What is happening to us, to women in the political era of today? I wonder, would we have gotten back all our girls if we had more women in power? Would we have been able to prevent the 25 girls if we were in power, if there were more of us in power, and would have focused on making sure that security had moved up? Even as I say so with a huge sense of responsibility. Let us not be lured into thinking that the security issues that Nigeria is facing is religious. We are facing security issues across board. This is the time that Nigerian women can rise up and speak as one, just as Kenyans did when there was a protest and people were trying to say, oh, it's the Kikuyus. Let Nigerians come together and say no. The security, it is not only about North and South. It's not only about Muslims and Christians. It is insecurity, period. People have a right to live in their country in whatever area they reside in safety. It is a human issue. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so in peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Thank you for listening.
I've always wanted to act. I was like a coconut head, literally. My mind was made up that this is what I wanted to do. And I'm also grateful that this woman, Biodun Steven, is on this panel, because sometimes you don't even know your worth. Somebody would help you see your worth. I was on that set and Auntie B was directing on that set. I think it was One More Night, that's the name of the film. I mean, the first day she just said, "Oh my God, you're so talented. Oh my God, you're so talented." And the second day, we're shooting a scene and she just stopped after they said, "My God, you are so talented. Where have you been?" This was the first time somebody was telling me, apart from my mom or my best friends that were gassing me up, that always tell me, "Oh, don't worry, you know." I used to tell them, "Me, I'll be a star. Me, I'll be a star."
Anytime people hear that I work in Bank of Industry, the first thing people always think about is, how do we get free money from this bank? Because it's a government institution. Unfortunately, we don't give free money. I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't necessarily need cash. If you have a good story you want to tell, you can actually propose to them and then they can help you, because it's also promoting their own platform, which I'm talking about in terms of collaboration. You don't necessarily need funding, all right, to be able to promote your program or to be able to promote your business. So that way you are leveraging on an existing platform for your business. Once you've gone to the stage where your business is now more established and you want to expand, then you can now start thinking in terms of funding using any of the different funding channels available.
I'm a creative through and through. I just want to make film. I don't even want to know the business of it. I really didn't want it. I just want to sit in a room, write a film, and make a film. But that is not the climb that we are in. The climb that we are in, you are everything. I was consistent. Whether I was making money, whether I was losing money, I was just consistent, because this was what I wanted to do. When I started making film in 2012, the goal was not about the money. It was definitely not about the fame. It was that I saw that there was something missing on the screen. So I didn't want to be subsumed. However, how do you then not be overshadowed because of the kind of stories you tell? Was why I said, let's save it gently on a platter of comedy and good acting. She formula and show you.
Four, three, two, one. Watch me. Level up, 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 level up. Woman, let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman.
It's been a pleasure to attend the FSDH WIBI 5.0. The energy in the room was really amazing. The conversations were super. I loved the focus on the creative economy this year. There was so much learning, but transferable learning as well for any woman who is in business and truly wants to make a difference and wants to scale.
Being in a room filled with focus-driven women has taught me so many things, and I can tell you for sure that this has made me, more focused to go hard on my dreams and whatever I'm doing.
Thank you, FSDH, for this laudable event. I am empowered.